Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Veterans Day. I'm Renee Summerhour. Let's start with your top stories brought to you by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. With nearly 2 months left in the year, Nevada's roadways have already had their deadliest year in a decade. Last weekend, the state reported its 330th roadway death of 2021, breaking a record that was set in 2016 and matched in 2018. The grim milestone was reached almost a week before the fiery crash involving Henry Ruggs III that left 23-year-old Tina Tintor dead.
Officials say the main causes of deadly crashes in Nevada are people who choose to drive faster than they should, people who are driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol, and people that are choosing not to wear their seatbelts.
And the Department of Transportation says excessive speeding has been a factor in about 1/3 of all fatal crashes in Nevada in recent years. And a former Las Vegas councilman is looking to return in 2022. Bob Beers served on the council in Ward 2 from 2012 to 2017 when he lost re-election. Now he is eyeing the Ward 4 seat currently held by Stavros Anthony. Beers said, quote, "I feel the time is right for me to return to the city council as the city faces some difficult days ahead." He believes his experience in government could be what Las Vegas needs moving forward. In more news, police are investigating a fatal shooting near UNLV. Officers were called just before 4 p.m. Tuesday to Royal Crest near East Twain Avenue. Investigators believe 2 men were fighting in an alley when one man shot the other. A 48-year-old man was found in the alley with multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police are also investigating a fatal fire that killed 1 person and 3 dogs Wednesday afternoon. Firefighters were called after 4 p.m. to Sahara Avenue, where a single-story home was fully engulfed in flames. Arson investigators were contacted, and police say they believe this is an isolated incident. And out in Boulder City, thousands of American flags wave at the Southern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery. Dozens of volunteers were out to plant 5,000 flags in the area. A 21-gun salute and speakers will also be out later today to honor our veterans. Now it's time to take a look at your local weather forecast, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour Air is here for you. Breezy conditions still a factor in your Thursday forecast today, about 13 miles per hour in some parts of the valley. Still, sunny skies with a high near 78 degrees. Clear skies tonight, lows around 56 degrees. For the rest of the week, we will remain in the upper 70s, low 80s through Friday and the weekend. Light to variable winds, evening lows in the upper 50s.
Sports, sponsored by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $500 when you sign up. Veteran wideout Deshaun Jackson practiced as a member of the Raiders for the first time Wednesday. Jackson has the speed to fill in a huge need for the Raiders after the loss of former wide receiver Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, I thought he looked fast. He's worked really hard over the last 2 days meeting with Edgar and Nick Holtz, and thought him and the receivers really had a good practice today. We put him in a couple different spots, see if we can get some packages worked out, but I thought he had some fun out there and he looked fast.
Being that spark, what I've been able to do my whole career, deep threat, vertical threat, and, having a defense have to account for that. So, one thing I can say, everybody's making me feel real comfortable and, making me feel welcome. So, open hands, open arms, and, playbook-wise, they're helping me with everything. So, I think it's going to be a smooth sailing. Yeah, they're doing a good job of that.
Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The Baltimore Ravens are 7.5-point road favorites and minus 370 on the money line at the Westgate Superbook against the Miami Dolphins today to kick off Week 10 of the NFL season. The Dolphins pay plus 310 on the money line. The total is 46.5. The Ravens have a 6-2 record and are the second favorites to win the AFC at plus 450 and 10-1 to win the Super Bowl. The Dolphins are 2-7 and are 1,000-1 to win the Super Bowl.
In your health news, sponsored by Forum Dental Love Your Smile, again, COVID cases have been on the rise recently, but an expert says the situation isn't unique to Southern Nevada. Ellie Graydon, a consultant to the State Department of Health and Human Services, says upticks are happening across the U.S. and across the world. She said that as people move indoors for the winter, we often see increases in illnesses like COVID. That's why officials are still encouraging people to wear masks when they're inside. Here in Southern Nevada, COVID cases have been ticking higher since the start of November. In your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, bank on accountability after Tuesday's surprise announcement, Wynn Resort CEO Matt Maddox is leaving the company, but still a few questions remain. Review Journal's Jenna explains. Jen?
That's right, Renee. CEO Matt Maddox's announcement left many people wondering, why is he departing? What will he do next? Maddox says he will leave the company on January 31st. Despite being seen as a stable force for Wynn Resorts after Steve Wynn resigned in 2018 over sexual harassment allegations, and then for his handling of the pandemic.
He says that the reason why he's stepping down is because he's been with the company for 20 years and he just wants to do something different now.
Maddox did vaguely tell analysts he has a few things lined up. For one, to help the company renew its concession in Macau. On February 1st, his right-hand man is set to take over current CEO of Wynn Interactive.
I don't think that the Wynn Resorts is going to make very many changes under the new CEO, who's been already named, Craig Billings. He's been with the company about 5 years.
Analysts say they're confident in Billings' track record and that the board of directors is also very comfortable with him. Renee?
Now to your lifestyle news, sponsored by Glittering Lights at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Nevada residents, get ready to line up at the Mob Museum on Monday. Every year, the museum commemorates the historic Cadaver Committee hearing, a pivotal case in the fight against organized crime, by letting Nevada residents in for free. Other perks include 10% off food and drinks and a chance to take in a deep dive into the history of organized crime in America. In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada, the Review Journal had a chance to sit down and chat with America's Got Talent champ Brandon Leak. He is the first and only spoken word artist in the show's 15-year history, and now he's on the Luxor stage for America's Got Talent Live in Las Vegas, and there's no other artist like him on the stage. He says, quote, "It's an honor to be in a groundbreaking position." When he's not on stage, you'll likely catch Leak out at the Arts District writing poetry. Thank you for watching 7 at 7 a.m. I'm Renee Summerhour. If you have a Roku device, search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas Breaking News streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here later today for 7 at 7 p.m. and for more Veterans Day coverage from the Las Vegas Review Journal. Have a great day.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.